Hello and welcome to a Modern Cube Draft League. This is Oldmanpoole. I am a little bit late to the party here, but hopefully you guys will forgive me. We do have a pretty good pack starting out here. Y'all know I'm a sucker for Craterhoof Behemoth. That may just be the pick here. I'm pretty hard-pressed to not take Craterhoof when it's the first pick in the packs. Elspeth Sun's Champion may just be a better card. I think that Elspeth is very, very good in Modern Cube in particular because the format's a little bit slower. And then Sword of Fire and Ice is actually, I think, a fair bit better in Modern Cube than it is in some others too. I think I'm going to take Craterhoof Behemoth. Perhaps that's unsurprising. I just am an absolute sucker for this card. It's one of my favorites of all time, and it tends to be, I think, actually worthy of the first pick. So, gonna grab that and not look back. So Craterhoof Behemoth's a little bit worse in a format where you don't have things like Natural Order, but you still have a whole bunch of good fast mana, and I think realistically, you can still play Craterhoof Behemoth quickly enough to kill a lot of opponents. Mind Shatter's a little bit interesting. It's worse than Mind Twist, but also works fairly well if we are picking up lots and lots of cheap mana elves. Mashed Admirer's also not bad. Also, Lignify can be like an important removal spell in a color that doesn't have it too often. Dragonlord Silumgar is also very powerful. Really, the question here is whether we take Elves of Deep Shadow, which is a pretty bad mana elf, but still a mana elf, or we take one of these other kind of more powerful effects. I think when you're trying to play Craterhoof, you really kind of want to go all in on the mana dorks as much as you can. So I think I will take it here. This is maybe forcing the archetype a little bit. If someone else cuts us off, we'll probably regret not taking something like Dragonlord Silumgar here. But if we can make it work, I am very, very happy to make it work. So we have Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, which is actually another one of the big, powerful payoffs. We've also got Polluted Delta. The fetch lands are few and far between, very, very powerful too. And I really don't know here. So Ulamog, I think, is going to be better if we actually do end up in green, but there are some decks this is just like stone cold unplayable too. But I think, I don't know, we're going to go for it here. We're just going to try and hope that we pick up Mana Elves by the boatload as it comes around. No good signs for us so far, but it is early. We have Overgrown Tomb, which I'll probably take here. I do like picking up any of the shock lands, any of the dual lands are good. If we do end up picking one or two fetch lands, we did just pass one of the best ones, but Oblivion Stone also can be reasonable. I don't think anything else here is really comparable. I think I'm going to take the Tomb. This also may be important if we find out that, yeah, actually, we just are not going to be able to make this mono green deck work. And we went pretty hard and are not seeing much now, unfortunately. Eldritch Evolution, I don't think actually does too much for us. It can be kind of a cool card, but I think I'm leaning towards Scattered Groves here for the same reasons Overgrown Tomb. Pretty solid land, and I mean, picking up lands I think in Cube is often a pretty nice and powerful thing. We could see taking something like Angel of Sanctions. It's maybe the next best thing, but Scattered Groves it is, I guess. Yeah! Starting to get a little bit hotter into the collar here. This is kind of a late Koth, kind of a late Kargan Dragonlord. Mono Red isn't my favorite, but it does pressure a lot of the random mid-range decks out there. Kira Great Glass Spinner maybe should just be the pickup. This is pretty powerful in a format where a lot of, cards, you're trying to play a lot of cards that frequently get, 2-for-1s, skin renders and the like, and being able to just make it so your opponent can't kill anything is pretty powerful. Bant Charm is also good. Could definitely take Koth, but I'm not really feeling Mono Red. And that's maybe a signal for as late as that is, but on the other hand, I'm feeling like green is just kind of not going to be the direction we can go here. Which means I guess we're leaning on Kira. This is very good. I'm happy to have it, but I would like to have more than one playable kind of at this point in the draft. Inferno Titan, maybe? Don't think Lodestone Golem is something you really care as much about in Modern Cube. Ollie's kind of interesting, but I think Inferno Titan's better. And I think I'm just going to lean towards that here. I like me a Vivid Grove, although green is feeling like absurdly cut here, so I think I gotta give up on that. Outside of that, I mean, Declaration Stone is fine. I feel like we should maybe take one of these red cards, though. Wake Thrasher is a little bit interesting if you end up in just kind of an aggressive deck. Wake Thrasher is a heck of a beatdown card. A lot of times this is like a 6/6 or 7/7. Yeah, maybe I'll take Wake Thrasher. Maybe that's crazy, but I think it's actually fairly good with Kira. Sort of Fire and Ice Wheeling also makes me think that maybe we can get something going on the more aggressive side. Mono Red seemed a little bit open. Whirler Rogue, or I guess Clifftop Retreat's probably just more exciting. Don't hate Whirler Rogue. Can't help push through those last couple points of damage. Mirror Entity's kind of good too. We want the Retreat, or do we want the Whirler Rogue? I think we want Retreat. Alright, here, Chasm Skulker's a little bit interesting. I don't think we want Stromkirk Noble, although that can be powerful. Censor, Pact of Negation. Let's maybe take the Chasm Skulker. Maybe this is insane, but this can be a difficult threat for your opponents to deal with as well. Hero of Oxid Ridge, maybe not terrible, especially if we're trying to be on the more beatdowny side. Driving Grubs, I guess. So we're sad we didn't take Koth. I think that that was maybe a turning point in the draft, and Koth could have been very, very good here. But I don't know, maybe we get some weird, like, blue-red, kind of aggressive bent deck. We can put something together. Ooh, wow. There's good stuff in this pack. Wormcoil Engine, Bribery, Hazaret, Serum Visions. I think we just gotta take Bribery, right? Like, this is a little bit less busted, again, than in some of the more powerful cubes, since frequently you're just grabbing, like, your opponent's Inferno Titans and the like, and less likely to just be like, oh, you have a, like, crazy Eldrazi, like, Emrakul in your deck, and just drop that in. But Bribery's still gotta be just absurd. Yeah, this is a good pack, though. Lilion the Veil is great, Serum Vision, yeah, there's stuff here, but Bribery, I think, is what we want. Okay, so this is a little bit less exciting. There is Gilded Lotus here, which is one of the few ways you can really kind of try and play Ulamog. Doesn't fit super well with the rest of the deck so far. We could take Nahiri here. We have one card that helps us splash in that direction. I do like Planeswalkers a lot, and she's a pretty good one. Or we can just take like one of these reasonable blue cards, like Icefall Regent, Phyrexian Metamorph, etc. I think I'm taking the Nahiri here. This card is fairly consistently just impressive to me. A lot of time it kills off an important threat and can go beyond that as well. Marsh Flats is probably what we want now. There's actually two of the fetch lands here. There's also Sheldock Isle, which I love. Well, I guess we're not necessarily in whites, or otherwise Bramaz might be more exciting. Right now we don't have anything great that these find. I mean, Overgrown Tomb looks like it's a long ways away from the direction we're headed, but I think Marsh Flats just has enough upside that it's okay. We want the Wooded Foothills. I guess that's on the red side. Marsh Flats for Nahiri still seems good, though. Yeah. Okay, here. So Irrigated Farmland would be good with the Marsh Flats, because that does let us search up our correct lands. A Monastery Mentor's a little bit interesting. We're actually, for being blue-red, not super far in on spells. And there are fewer, like, random cantrips that are great with this. Like Moxen, cheap mana. Monastery Mentor's still very powerful, though. I think I kind of want the Irrigated Farmland, though, honestly. Just, this is great with Marsh Flats, means that this finds two of our important colors. Yeah, and having good lands is important. It's kind of intangible, but having, like, a good mana base versus a bad mana base definitely makes differences in games. Nicol Bolas is powerful. Maybe we're moving away from, like, Wake Thrasher, Chasm Skulker territory. Sort of Fire and Ice. Man, we have so few playables that look so scary over there. But, I mean, we're just getting some pretty good, like, controlling cards, too. Fetid Pools would be nice, but since Marsh Flats already finds blue, it doesn't do too much. Tempted to take Nicol Bolas, but I think actually Keranos might just be better. It's easier to play consistently, and still very powerful. Oh, goodness. Okay, a Chandra Flamecaller, also a pretty good pickup. So would be Tidings, though. Fairy is okay. I think it's a fairly distant third behind the other two. Ooh, do we like Tidings or Chandra better? I'm honestly not sure. Those are both very potent. Chandra might be more likely to come around, but I really don't think she will. Yeah, I guess let's take Chandra. We're also a little bit farther into red than blue here, for what that's worth. Okay, Lightning Bolt's nice. I think we'll just take that as a good interactive card at this point. Collective Defiance also pretty powerful, but I think Lightning Bolt being cheap and interactive is more important for what we want so far. Pyroclasm might also be pretty good. Sorin Lord of Innistrad is perfectly reasonable. It's also Mind Control, Frost Titan. We're not necessarily splash. I guess that's a double splash with the black-white. That makes it maybe a little bit tough, especially considering that we have to pick up playables aggressively here. I think I might take Mind Control, honestly. Pyroclasm, maybe? Pyroclasm is very good in one specific matchup, this Rex Mono Red, but it's not even... Mono Red frequently gets good value of their cards before that, too, so that's not always going to be the case. Man, there's... like, I highlighted a lot of cards in their first pack that I'd be excited about, and we got a lot of them back. I think we're skewing a little bit more defensive, which means Hazard gets less exciting. And Wormcoil Engine's good, but our top end is fairly strong. I think I'm just going to take Serum Visions. This is a good card. Something we like to be able to like use up with our early turns, and it can really help fix your draws. Thundermaw Hellkite over Outpost Siege. Hellkite's nice because it answers Planeswalkers really cleanly against some decks. Outpost Siege I think is okay, but never like absurd. Let's take the Hellkite here. Lash Out, just removal or Imprisoned in the Moon. This does take care of kind of everything, which is nice. It's a little bit more expensive. I think actually Imprisoned in the Moon might just be better than Lash Out. We don't care too much about the clash effect. We just really want to get rid of important things. Obsidat, pretty hard for us to cast, but a good card. Burst Lightning, I think, here. Body Double's a little bit interesting, although I think you kind of need to have like lots of good looters to be excited about it, and we don't so far. I think we're going to take the Fetid Pools over Nicol Bolas here. Bolas is powerful. We have so little like ramp, I think it's unlikely we'll be able to play it a lot of the time. I guess actually, we're not playing anything with black though. Well, I guess if we pick up Nicol Bolas, then we are, so maybe the land's just more important. But Marsh Flats already can find black. Teferi will probably make the deck here, so we'll probably collect a Defiance just because we're light on playables. Whew, well, we had a kind of a rough start, and I think maybe going down like the Chasm, Skulker, Wake Thrasher direction was a little bit suspect, but hopefully we're pulling it back together here. Arlen Cord wouldn't be a hard splash, but we're already maybe pushing the mana, and again, I think we just kind of need to take good stuff here. So Ancestral Visions on color, very powerful. Lureal Core wouldn't be bad if it came around on the wheel, but we'll just take the Vision here. Okay, there's some stuff in here. It's kind of funny. I would not think that Wanted Scoundrels would be worthy of the cube, but so it is, I guess. Lingering Souls, I guess, is a double splash. Flame Slash does just answer early threats. Really not sure what I want out of this pack. Don't think Blasphemous Act's very good. 100 Nalar's one of the worst Planeswalkers. And we're kind of heavy on the top end already. I could see just taking like Revoker. Oh wow, actually I didn't even notice there was a Verdant Catacombs. Ooh. Man, it just doesn't find anything a lot of the time. I really, really like the fetch lands. But like, we'd have to pick up something else before it's good. I think we just need playables. I don't know if we can do that. I think I might actually take Flame Slash here over Venser and Revoker, but there are aggressive decks in the format, and you do need to be able to interact with them. And Flame Slash is good at interacting. So Palladium Muir's a little bit interesting here. Maybe Dismember. Dismember's fairly expensive on the life side, and when you want Dismember, a lot of times the life matters. Like, against more controlling decks, this doesn't do much, and against aggressive decks, killing their, like, reasonable creature for 4 life is not something they're always unhappy about. Like Huntmaster. I might just take the Palladium Mirror here, though. Ramping up towards our top end seems important. And if this doesn't eat removal spell, it's great. And there's just a Steam Vents, also Sleight of Hand, and some other stuff, but Sleight of Hand or Steam Vents? Steam Vents still isn't fetchable. I guess can our lands take it? I might just like Sleight of Hand better. Again, we're a little bit light on playables. We can only push this so far. Yeah. A little bit of a shame to pass that there, but I think Sleight of Hand actually is just going to be better for the deck. So this is what we're looking at so far. I don't think it's terrible, especially given the kind of rough start. I think we did find a fairly open color pair. Our mana is a little bit greedy for what we picked up in splash cards, but hopefully we can still make it work anyway. If we need to, we can play things like Wake Thrasher, although that's obviously not exciting. Alright, in this pack, Oblivion Ring is probably the thing we're most excited about, but it is a splash card. Ether Adapt is probably just not that good. Again, we're slower, so that the tempo gain there is just not that impressive. I guess Oblivion Ring is just going to be the pick. Okay, Bloodstained Mire doesn't find anything. Hedron Archive, though. Maybe we can play Ulamog. Hedron Archive's pretty good. We could also take Shivan Reef. The Mire, like I said, just doesn't actually go any direction we need it to. Gibson Given we're not doing much with. Let's take the Hedron Archive. And maybe we'll just go ahead and side this Ulamog in. I'm happier with the Nicol Bolas now. Okay. Wow. I thought Mono Green was super cut. It probably still was, but like, that's a late tooth and nail for sure. Staff of Nin or Sulphur Falls. We're up to 22 playables now, so I think I am going to pick up the land. I like Staff of Nin a fair amount, but Sulphur Falls I think is a little bit better given our current situation. Pilgrim's Eye, Chromatic Lantern, Sorin Marka. Well, sorry, I guess Sorin is like super red. We're not playing that. I guess it's these first 3 cards we're really thinking about. I like Pilgrim's Eye to go and find one specific card. Chromatic Lantern's maybe just better, though. Again, it maybe helps us ramp up the curve a little bit. Yeah, let's take Chromatic Lantern. This is actually a ramp card. I don't know how often Pilgrim Eye being a 1/1 matters. A Duplicant looks good now, too, because we are getting to the point where we're going to be able to consistently play the top end of our cards. We just have a fair amount of ramp, actually. Not an absurd, but having Palladium Mirror, Hedron Archive, and Chromatic Lantern is reasonable. So now we have a choice between Chandra again, Lingering Souls, or Lightning Helix. We are splashing for black and white. Lingering Souls is quite good, but maybe it's a little bit better if you can consistently play it early, which we're not going to be able to do. Vance's Blasting Cannons. Huntmaster. And Huntmaster's pretty good. Sad to see it this late. I guess I'll take the cannons, though. Temporal Isolation? I mean, it's just pacifism, but sometimes pacifism is pretty important. Or Arc Trail. Maybe Arc Trail is better. It's also Tassiger, but again, it's a bit of a splash card. Okay, so I think we pulled it together. Ooh, Shivan Reef coming around is really nice. We're a little bit sketchy on our lands, but not embarrassingly so. We do have actually a reasonable amount of ramp, and we do have a lot of early interaction, which means that if we end up playing something like Mono Red, I think we actually have a good shot. What are we cutting? Or what are we changing around here? Move you over so people can see at least. I don't think Vance's Blasting Cannon's good. Hero Oxid Ridge is not good. We have very few creatures. But we have some pretty powerful top end too. Nicol Bolas and Ulamog obviously are pretty absurd. I like all of our creatures. And Kira makes it maybe kind of hard for my opponent to interact with some of our creatures. Maybe this card's not actually that great, though. Like, it's good with Inferno Titan, and I guess Palladium Mirror. We actually don't care that much about some of the other stuff. Yeah, alright. Rest in peace, Kira. Don't actually have any, like, looting, which is... Oh, I guess we have Nahiri. That counts. And actually Chandra. Okay, I take back a couple things. What's the last cut here? I think we want all of our creatures. Because Kyrnos isn't really a creature in this deck. Well, maybe. I guess if we end up with, like, Teferi and Chandra or something, we could get there. Maybe let's cut one of these cheap interactive spells. Against some decks, this is just not going to do all that much. Maybe Flame Slash. Because Burst Lightning at least can interact with, like, Planeswalkers, and gets better in the late game. I guess if we're doing that, maybe we should consider Lightning Helix instead. This Lightning Helix is going to be a little bit harder to play. Okay. There's probably going to be some creatures we want to Flame Slash, right? I don't think it'll be just truly dead very often. Okay, so we've got Clifftop Retreat we're playing, Irrigated Farmland we're playing, Marsh Flats, Shivan Reef, and Sulphur Falls. Yeah, that's fewer dual lands than I would like, but Chromatic Lantern will help a little bit. We do have some early fixing as well. I don't think it's disastrous. Yeah, so Craterhoof Behemoth Dream died pretty quick, but that's alright. In some ways, that's a little bit better for us, even though we had to shift gears pretty hard. It's maybe better off doing that than we are getting towards the end of the draft, being like, man, we just really did not get enough elves to make this work. Because there was no chance, I think, after like the first half of Pack 1 that we were still going in green. Now, let's add in our lands, though. I've been talking too long. So if we did something like this, we're looking at, I guess, 2 black sources outside of Chromatic Lantern, and then 4 white sources, and then 8 and 8. That might be about as good as we can afford to go here. Yeah, not our favorite mana base, but it is what it is. The draft is complete. And I think we look not terrible. Not great, not terrible. I'll see you guys for match 1. Welcome back for match 1. We won the dice roll. We were playing first. And what do we think of this hand? Not super happy. If we find one of our ramp cards, it's not terrible. We do have Burst Lightning for some early interaction. This is pretty questionable, but I think I am going to keep. Bribery is great if we do find a blue source. Yeah, I mean, like, if we find, like, Chromatic Lantern or something, this hand all of a sudden looks pretty good. So, I don't think we're crazy far away from getting there. Alright, let's pass. And I'm actually not sure what this hand's hoping to play against. Probably a slow deck, since Bribery is so good against more combo-y decks. Okay, another Island's a necessary evil for Bribery, but not necessarily something we're happy to draw either. Okay, Bloodstained Mire, getting cracked here. Just for Swamp, though. Interesting. Opponent maybe just hoping to thin out their deck in that case. Is it Signet? Oh, man. My opponent is doing good things. It's true, we didn't see any Signets, actually. Well, there's Chromatic Lantern. That was a heck of a draw. Heck of a draw. Alright. And then next turn we'll Bribery. And hope there's something sweet we can steal. It is only creatures. There are some decks that Bribery just kind of misses against. But if we just pull, like... Oh, I don't know. A random dragon out or whatever else, it's still not the end of the world. Imprison in the Moon's not bad. It's possible my opponent's playing counter magic, but I think we're still going for it. That's kind of funny. Yeah, Chromatic Lantern might actually be a little bit miserable to tap lands with, but that's okay. Bribery. What you got? Oh, weird. I guess my opponent's just kind of playing like a random value deck too. I'll be taking Elish Norn, I guess? Okay. Yeah, like, maybe Mirror Battlesphere is better. Okay, so yeah, like, primarily red-green, but with a fair amount of splashing. Some stuff. Definitely gonna take a picture of this. Just so we have a view of my opponent's deck for the future. I'm not sure whether I want the Battlesphere or the Elish Norn. I want to maybe not have a great way to deal with this, but on the other hand, we're not actually going to be pumping our creatures, and Mirror Battlesphere gets my opponent dead a lot faster. So maybe let's just take that. My opponent finds Elish Norn can play it, it's worse for us, I guess, but yeah. Take the Battlesphere. This is also kind of nice because my opponent answers it, we're still getting a whole bunch of tokens. Yeah, Bribery is pretty stupid. Just what's the best card in my opponent's deck? How can we ruin their day? Next turn we can play Inferno Titan too. They are going to have something here, it looks like. Hopefully it's Inferno Titanable. Angel of Sanctions. Okay, that's a good clean answer. So, let's see. Max out target non-land permanent opponent controls until... Actually not sure how this works. Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until Angel of Sanctions leaves the battlefield. Do they get this back? Let's see. I'm gonna Google it real fast. Okay, so it looks like our Mirror Battlesphere is gone for good, which means that Imprisoned in the Moon actually might be the correct play here. That was a pretty clean answer for my opponent, but we do have a bunch of Mirror. If we use Imprisoned in the Moon, though, it's kind of nice because my opponent won't be able to Embalm either. It's just gone. Does cut us off from Inferno Titan, although then Serum Visions was not a bad draw, because that kind of gives us something else to do with our turn. I think we are just going to get rid of it. It's going to be irritating in that it's always blocking. If we need to like chump block or something, it's not going to be great. Let's get rid of both of these, I think. So let's Imprison in the Moon. Oh, dear goodness. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle playing with Chromatic Lantern on Magic Online. Please forgive me for my slow tapping of manas. Okay, so we still have Inferno Titan that can come down this next turn. Probably will, unless something really unusual happens. My opponent plays a must-kill threat. We could Burst Lightning and hit something for 4 instead of something for 3. Alright, opponent playing something. Won the tank for just a minute there. There are like a whole bunch of sweepers. Okay, I was gonna say my opponent has in their deck. Destructive Force. Okay, so that's bad for us, especially since we just bottomed a couple of lands, but... Oh wow, my opponent's gonna get rid of just... Oh man. This is a land. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's pretty sweet. Darn. Ooh, that's gonna be bad. Opponent's gonna have a Mirror Battlesphere and we're gonna have no lands in play. Yeah, I mean... Alright. I guess we should have tapped our Burst Lightning, or tapped our Mountain for Burst Lightning in advance, but... Yeah, I think we lose. That was pretty sweet. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Wildfire. Sideways. I mean, I guess we're Burst Lightning a mirror. Oh, man. Destructive Force, huh? We knew about the Wildfire, but... Yeah, I think that might be enough to take Imprison the Moon away. Well, I don't know. It was only really bad in that one instance. Like, that was kind of a corner case. That was really good for my opponent, though. Like, I don't think we're coming back from this. Oh, come on, just get in with the mirror. Doesn't do anything different. Oh, no, it does. Actually, it doubles, doesn't it? Never mind. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Okay, so we got him a 10. I'm not sure there's anything we can draw. I guess Lightning Bolt to kill something. I think this game's over. Okay. That was pretty sweet. Using Destructive Force to blow up your Angel of Sanctions that is a land to get back your Mirror Battle Sphere. That is what Cube's all about. Alright, so my opponent is playing a good number of mana dorks, so I think we are happy with our cheap mana. What seems good? Earthquake doesn't seem particularly great. My opponent is playing Wildfire and the like, which means that maybe Ulamog is a little bit greedy. This is a great thing to ramp into, but if they're planning on playing a Wildfire at some point, or Destructive Force, then I don't think we're likely to be able to play that. We could just play Thundermaw Hellkite as like a beatdown card. Didn't really see Planeswalkers, although they do have Vraska and a Johnny Vengeant. Maybe Thundermaw is okay. We don't have a lot of options, unfortunately. Alright, maybe let's just run something like this. That was pretty sweet. I am a little bit salty, but that was pretty sweet. Alright, we would like to play first, and ugh. Man, is this a mulligan for no better options? I hate mulliganing 6-land hands, but this has such a high chance of just not doing anything. Yeah, I mean, Chromatic Lantern I guess makes this hand not as bad. We kind of have to hope my opponent doesn't have a great start, but I think we're going to keep. Really don't like going down to 5. Opponent kept at 7. Marsh Flats? No, I don't think so. We do need another land to play Keranos on time, but I think we're likely to draw at least one going forward, so. Terramorphic Expanse, pretty sweet. Right now, there's another land. And then we'll play Chromatic Lantern next turn, then a turn 4 Keranos with maybe a hopeful Nicol Bolas, like turn 6 or so. Keranos we're actually kind of just hoping to find lands off of, but. Okay, so no good play, please. No Wall of Roots, no nothing like that. No ramp. Fertile Ground. Okay. Not great for us, not devastating either. Play our Lantern. I'm playing Keranos next turn. And yeah, we're really just hoping my opponent doesn't slam like a great Planeswalker. Is this any land? I can't remember. Any color? It is. So my opponent could play something like a Johnny. Or Rashmi, I guess, would be kind of awkward. Just looking through their list here. Hornet Nest. Okay, I don't think I care too much about that, actually. We're really not attacking along that axis very often. I guess they do have... Well, actually, Wildfire. That's true. That's pretty sweet with, like, Wildfire and the like. Yeah, my opponent's doing some cool stuff. Let's play our Keranos. These lands, the struggle. And kind of hope to find something we can do with our turn next turn. And then we'll play Nicol Bolas the turn after. Really would be happy not drawing any more lands. Kind of for the rest of the game. This is a cool deck for my opponent, though. It's making use of a bunch of cards that I'm not really all that impressed with on the surface, but... Yeah, I mean, using like a Wildfire to hit your Hornet's Nest is... That sounds pretty sweet. Okay, so my opponent is up to 5 mana now. Had matched our pace as far as ramp goes. We were lucky they didn't have something like a Dorgat Tree Speaker or even like a Lotus Cobra to really speed them up, but... okay, Adorned Pouncer. This is kind of difficult to bring back. Oh wow, alright. Opponent is on the beatdown plan. Bribery, okay. Yeah, let's kill off the ram here. I think we're gonna get Elish Norn and just clean the table. Ugh. These lands. The struggle. The struggle. Oh, okay, so they have Elish Norn in hand, actually. Actually they have the Battlesphere in hand, too. A lot of their good stuff is already out. So you can take Whisperwood Elemental. Rekindling Phoenix I don't think does too much. Rishimi I think is worse. Yeah, I mean, I guess Whisperwood Elemental is what we want. It's possible they sideboarded things out like Elesh Norn. Double white seems super hard for them to cast realistically, but I mean, let's take a... Yeah, let's take Whisperwood Elemental, I guess. I don't think anything else here is realistically as powerful. And just start getting some value going forward. Okay, Shivan Reef. Just a 2-2, but these cards will do a good job defending Nicol Bolas next turn. We're probably just going to use this +1 and try and wipe out the remnants of my opponent's hand. Interesting. So they could have a removal spell. So I actually don't want to use the Whisperwood Elemental. I think I'm just okay trading away the Manifest. Do I care if they even make a 5/5? I mean, I guess they're 1 mana away from it. Nicol Bolas does answer it, not terribly though. We could just take 2. I'm not confident my opponent can cast this, which is my main or Eternalize, which is my main rationale for blocking like that. And even if they do, it's just not that bad for us. Like, it's obviously not what we hope for, but let's see what they're playing here. As long as it's nothing... Okay, well, Wildfire's bad. Well, Keranos will keep sniping Hornets, I guess, but Nicol Bolas, the dream is dead. Yeah, there's no reason to sacrifice this, right? Face up non-token creatures you control. Yeah. Alright. Wildfire it is. Guess let's... Doesn't matter too much here, but I guess we might as well leave the dual land. One gets a Hornet's Nest. And we're kind of got dead cards in hand. Okay. Let's kill off some insects. That was a cool interaction, though, for sure. They do have something like Elesh Norn, they're a long way away from being able to cast it. Okay, and we get a free draw. Arc Trail, alright. Let's kill some more insects. And we're actually drawing lands, kind of rebuilding the mana base. We're actually kind of close to being able to cast most of the stuff again. And Keranos is still pumping out value. Wildfire does hurt my opponent too. I mean, it's not completely free. We have basically a Planeswalker on the battlefield. Can't quite cast Mind Control yet, but we're only 1 land away from it. Opponent is obviously aware that we have it, which is a little bit like dangerous all on its own as well. Like it's possible they can't play around it realistically, but the fact that they know it's there means that they will probably try to. You're not just going to walk into it with your best creature if you can avoid it. Honestly though, like looking at my opponent's deck, I'm just not sure there's all that much that I'm afraid of here. Rashimi would be good, especially if we miss with Keranos. Or Rashmi. I always want to say Rashimi, I don't really know why. You know, just kill it though. Keranos doing good work. I think that was one of the better things my opponent could have had there too, so. Ajani obviously would still be kind of awkward. Vraska, if they had another land. Vraska actually be very good, because it would blow up our Keranos. I'm a little bit surprised by some of my cards my opponent's maybe sideboarded in. Like, we didn't see the Boggart Ram Gang in the first game. Like, I don't think that's something... I guess you're wildfiring, it's not bad. Yeah. Would have rather hit a land there, but... We will take what we can get still. Yeah, really like to find one, because then we can drop the Thundermaw Hellkite and have Mind Control available. If we find 2, we can play Chandra. If we find 3, we can play Nicol Bolas. Whereas just Lightning Bolting my opponent's face is not as exciting. Opponent knows that these are all cards we have in hand, too. Ooh, no play, though. Cool, we found a land. Even better. So we actually don't have a mountain or plain, so we're kind of happy we drew that mountain there. Let's cast our Thundermaw Hellkite. All of these. Oh, goodness, struggle. Alright. And we still didn't tap for enough red somehow in all of that. Yeah, if we manage to take this game, it will be off the back of 1 card and 1 card only. It's Keranos. It did such a good job at rebuilding our board, took care of my opponent's wasps. Okay, we are 1-1 here. I still just don't think there's too much we can sideboard. I mean, Mance's Blasting Cans requires us to pay for it still. None of these seem all that great. I mean, like, I guess maybe Chasm Skulker's a little bit interesting. Since it's a card we play early and it builds up, and then if it blows up, that's not actually the end of the world. My opponent's not playing Islands, though. It's like, oh, I guess he has a Steam Vents. That's kind of it. Don't like Ulamog much. Honestly, I'm not even sure Nicol Bolas is great. It is very powerful. Like, is Chasm Skulker even that exciting? It's like 3 tokens, maybe. Doesn't actually block the wasps. Yeah, I think that a game where Chasm Skulker is good, we're losing anyway, so I'm not going to try and shore up a matchup that we're not going to win anyway. Okay, pretty reasonable hand here. If Palladium Mirror doesn't die, we get an early Thundermaw Hellkite. Not bad. Still not in love with the Nicol Bolas, and we don't have blue, which is a little bit unfortunate, but there are worse hands. Okay, Serum Visions would be great if we had a blue source. As it stands right now, Marsh Flats isn't getting anything exciting for us, right? Oh, can't get Irrigated Farmland. I forgot about that. So I guess actually let's go and search up to that. I think we're more likely to want that than Lightning Bolt. And now we have blue. Nice. If we don't have black for Nicol Bolas, that's a ways off too. Next turn we can Serum Visions and Lightning Bolt. Duplicant's not bad. We want Clifftop Retreat. We just drew Mind Control. We want Flame Slash. I don't think we want Flame Slash. Retreat. I don't think we want Retreat either. We already have 1 white source. Getting land drops against the Wildfire deck probably is important. I really want to hit more blue. Yeah. Alright. Play a mountain. We have Lightning Bolt if my opponent materializes one of their mana elves. So my opponent maybe has a bit of a slow start as well. So I guess we'll cast Palladium Mirror and pray this turn. Swamp wasn't a bad draw. And if it dies, it dies, but if it doesn't, things look great for us. If it doesn't, we're already on the doorstep of playing Nicol Bolas, and we'll have a Thundermaw Hellkite next turn. Can't cast Mind Control, could cast Duplicant though, too. Rekindling Phoenix. Yeah, that actually might just get duplicanted to another land. Also good. So if we duplicate, this comes in as a 4/4, right? Or I guess it's a 4/3. If we just Thundermaw Hellkite, it just swings. Duplicants is ever so slightly more mana efficient. Kind of like getting the Rekindling Phoenix just off the board. I think we've got... Well, do we have the control matchup short up? What if my opponent Wildfires next turn? Well, wait, that's 6 mana, isn't it? 6 mana. So what's the worst thing that could happen to us next turn? I don't really know. Thundermaw Hellcat has the advantage that it survives. I think I might just duplicate though. Yeah, I mean, it's slightly more mana efficient. I think it's very close, but just having duplicate to answer like literally anything is maybe good. Oh man, I can't decide. We could also mind control the Rekindling Phoenix, I suppose, but well, I guess actually we want to get rid of the Phoenix for Nicol Bolas next turn. Okay, alright. Duplicate it is. You guys will have to let me know what you thought there. I spent probably too long thinking on that, but really could see it going either way. Yes, but I like just getting rid of the Rekindling Phoenix forever too. Duplicate being one of the few cards that doesn't actually return the creature when it dies is pretty nice. And now, assuming they can't blow up our lands, we get to Nicol Bolas next turn. Or assuming they can't kill the Palladium Mirror, which is also not a given. But if Bolas lands, Bolas tends to be pretty painful. Alright, opponent is tapping mana for boom. Okay, I can understand that. Oh, okay, and actually targeting their own land. Okay, that's cute. We're still gonna get to hit my opponent fairly hard, but we do not get to Nicol Bolas next turn. And that may very well mean they have Wildfire on the horizon. And boom with Terramorphic Expanse is cute. We have another land. I mean, I think we play it, even though I think Wildfire is fairly likely. We could sandbag it and just say, well, if they're playing it next turn, they're not getting any value, and we'll have a Thundermaw in play. So actually, they maybe can't afford to do that. Because they blow up everything, but the Thundermaw survives. Yeah, okay. And they're taking 9 here, too. This is not a small amount of damage. Oh, we should have kept up red for Lightning Bolt. That was pretty misplay. I don't know what I was thinking there. Hopefully that doesn't cost us loads. Explore. Okay, so nothing absurd this turn as far as land destruction, at least. Looks like my opponent had a pretty clunky draw. And if they can't do anything, I mean, we can go for lethal this next turn, too. We actually have a couple of ways we could kill him. Nicol Bolas obviously does 7. Lightning Bolt plus Mind Control to remove a blocker. I think we actually probably already won. Obviously my opponent doesn't know what's in our hand. Hopefully not leaving up Lightning Bolt doesn't cost us. Lotus Cobra. Oh yeah, I think we got him. Even something like removal is just not going to do it here. We play Nicol Bolas, we shoot our opponent, we swing for a lot. Selesnya Charm. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty solid. Fair enough, fair enough. So we swing with Duplicant. If they don't block, we Nicol Bolas. They probably do, though. Is there any way we can just kill my opponent? We could Mind Control. But yeah, then we're just getting in for 7. Yeah, Nicol Bolas, I think, is the plan. So let's swing with Duplicant first. Because we might just be able to go for lethal if my opponent takes it here. They do. Interesting. Well, we're going to try for it. Alright. Deal 7 damage to target opponent. Rest in peace. Okay, cool. Managed to pick up the first match. It was a fun... I think my opponent's deck was cool. I didn't think that Wildfire was something you could do without, like, Moxen and the like, but they made it look not terrible. May have to think about that in future drafts. See you guys for next match. Welcome back for match 2. Opponent is playing first here, and it is uninspiring. We do have Lightning Bolt and Arc Trail. Kind of a long way away from casting a lot of stuff, though. Part of the problem with our lands being as bad as they are in this deck. This could be perfectly playable. It could also just do Stone Cold Nothing. If we're against a more controlling opponent, Lightning Bolt and Arc Trail aren't going to be great. I think if I knew we were playing an aggressive player, we'd maybe keep here. I think I'm gonna mulligan this though. Oh, disaster. Alright, we're going to 5. And we're keeping now. This is dramatically worse than our 7-card hand, but not going to 4. That is not happening. Keranos, save me. Maybe Arc Trail just still does some work. This is gonna be tough though. Scavenging is. Alright. I don't think we use Arc Trail just yet. Let's try and see if we can't sneak one more kill spell into our opponent. So we'll take 2 from the Scavenging Ooze here. If they play like a 2-power thing, I guess maybe we'd Burst Lightning it and plan Arc Trailing the next turn. I think we have to get a little bit lucky, and some of that's going to be like my opponent plays something with 1 toughness, and Arc Trail saves us, right? Oh man, I'm regretting not taking that first hand for sure. But, nope. I mean, some of it, like, even if the result wasn't great from us for the mulligan, it still doesn't mean it wasn't correct. Sometimes you're just gonna get unlucky. No play. Ooh, Chromatic Grant Lantern's good. That means actually we're not that far away from playing Keranos again. And we still have Burst Lightning up if we want to. Do we just take this still? I feel like we do. I mean, Scavenging Ooze is kind of annoying, but the 2 life I don't think is going to matter too much, probably. And if my opponent plays something more deadly, we do want to be able to interact. Probably Burst Lightning end of turn here. Maybe I should have in the past, too. Oh, yeah, definitely we should have. Okay. No Acidic Slime? No, I guess that would be... It's only up to 4. Huntmaster. Play Huntmaster. That would be the dream. Oh, okay. For sure. Looks like my opponent is stuck on lands. I think that's the only reason you'd play that way. Let's add blue. Cast the Serum Visions. Okay, we found a land, found 2 lands on top. How much do we care? We're gonna play land next turn. Then we're gonna play Keranos, almost regardless. And then we have stuff above that in the curve, but actually I'm not sure we want more lands, actually. If they have an answer for Chromatic Lantern, we get blown out by not keeping these. But I think if they had an answer, they maybe would have gone for it. Well, I guess they've been kind of stuck on lands, too. Hard to say. We could kill the Courser. My opponent's going to get 2 shots at getting value here, though, because they can play the Secure Tribe Elder and then shuffle their library, basically. They kind of want Cold Steel Heart, which means it's sort of interesting, but I'm pretty sure you still sack the Elder and hope to find a land on top. Because if you do, it's just so good for you. Did not. So they're drawing... I should be keeping track of what they're drawing, I guess. I guess they drew the Elder and I cast it. So they're going to get Consecrated Sphinx next turn. Still a little bit away from playing it, but they are going to draw it, which means that, like, we can't bribery it out, unfortunately. Okay, no play. Okay, not in love with planes, but it is what it is. And I do like Mia Keranos quite a bit. And we still have Burst Lightning, if that's a thing. So they have drawn Sphinx. And they're going to draw Ralzarek. Okay, do we get to see all these cards? I don't think so. Oh, just Ralzarek. Okay. Gets to play a land. They're going to get Whisperwood Elemental too? I'm still not sure we're winning this game. Like, we're not doing terrible. Okay, we did get to draw a free card, which is good. Ooh, and Inferno Titan is also good. So they cast Sphinx. It's going to be hard to avoid my opponent drawing some free cards. Ralzarek doesn't really interact great with Inferno Titan, though. This has the merit, too, that Inferno Titan can hit for a lot of damage, potentially. Let's just shoot my opponent, since we can't actually kill the Courser. Then, I think most likely play... Okay, and they have Whisperwood and Rashmi. Zealous Conscripts. Alright, that's pretty good. I mean, that's gonna hit us for lethal. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, the punishment. I should have killed the Scavenging Goose so much earlier. No. Alright. GG. Yeah, opponent's deck looks good though, for sure. Man, I feel like we almost clawed our way back into that one, even after the long mull down, but... So it is. I do think like Ulamog and Nicol Bolas are going to be good here. Thunder Rama is okay. I'm actually not sure I love it. They didn't show us any Planeswalkers, it's mostly creature-based threats, which Thunder Maw is not as good at answering. Could maybe, though, cut on one of these kill spells. Most of the stuff they played was a little bit bigger. I think I kind of like this as is, though. Let's just run it back. Ugh, no one expects the Zealous Conscripts. Would like to play first, and this hand is loads better. Let's go ahead and keep. Got Sleight of Hand, and Lightning Bolt, and eventually Hedron Archive, and beyond that, the stars. Okay, Sleight of Hand. We'll be grabbing here. So I actually can't cast Nahiri now, but I think it's definitely better than Island all the same. And we'll just pass. And now we're really just hoping for white source. Hey, that counts. I guess we'll cast Shivan or play Shivan Reef, so we do have Lightning Bolt up in case we need to take care of any pesky Scavenging Oozes. Oh man, it took away. Well, I don't know. If my opponent played into it, it would have been great for us too. Kind of hard to know. That was tragic though, definitely tragic. Clifftop Retreat is another white and red source. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it changes anything. Let's play our Plains. We'll follow it up with, I guess, probably Island next turn. Casting Teferi on 5 is definitely the goal. So we've got Nahiri. Nahiri's going to be able to blow up Cold Steel Heart. And we're just going to Lightning Bolt Rashmi. And yeah, let's play our Island. Oh, I guess we play Clifftop Retreat, it saves us a life though, right? And we could still play Teferi next turn. Although it would cost us a life. I guess that maybe is going to work out the same way either way, but... yeah, let's just blow up that artifact. Okay, and then hope that Nahiri can give us just good card advantage going forward while hiding behind Teferi. Nest Invader. Okay. Not a bad card, but not really an exceptional one either. Just a 2/2, I guess, for 1. Ooh, a Sword of Feast and Famine. Yeah, Sword's problematic. So I guess we draw a discard here. Probably gonna have to Flame Slash that. Yes, we're gonna discard, and I guess well, that's a little bit rough having to get rid of Swamp. I guess we're not playing Teferi this turn though. Necessarily. We're gonna cast Flame Slash and Hedron Archive. Yeah, okay, Island. Rest in peace. Okay, and Sulphur Falls is a little bit better anyway. Yeah, let's cast Flame Slash and Hedron Archive. And the longer we keep Nahiri alive and in play, the better. We need to, we can crack the Hedron Archive as well. I have to assume they got something here. Courser. Okay, with Primeval Titan on top. So this is what deals damage to a player, right? Okay. So actually going after Nahiri won't quite do it. Let's discard. Really wish we could get rid of the tapped artifacts. Or untapped artifacts, but nothing for that. Yes, we are going to discard. And I guess we're pitching blue, right? Ooh, there's Ulamog. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're still a little ways away from playing it. We will be able to blow up the Courser next turn. Are we casting Teferi just to block? It seems a little bit awkward. On the other hand, like, we're going to be discarding anyway, and we don't really want my opponent to untap everything. Alright. Yeah, sort of Feast and Famine's a pain here. Ooh, Zealous Conscripts as well. So there are ways away from prime time. Where are they swinging? Probably us? A little bit interesting. Yeah, so they're coming at us. We're just gonna cast a fairy. And chump block, I guess. Because we do want to keep Ulamog in hand. Zealous Conscripts. Can't quite get the job done still. Collected Defiance. That had been good previously, but of course it's now a little bit too big. I guess let's blow that up. Make target player discard and draw. I don't think that's great though, since they're stuck on lands right now. Drawing Zealous next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kind of want to pitch things just because Ulamog's still a little bit away. And it's sort of Feast and Famine's a little bit. Like, it's going to make it hard to cast Ulamog. But on the other hand, looks like my opponent's stuck on lands, so. Duplicant. Oh, nice. No, it's only creatures, isn't it? Alright. Well, let's draw a discard, try and find the lands. We're going to pitch Collected Defiance here, I think, and keep Duplicant. We did find a land. They find Primeval, they can always steal Nihiri, but it's not actually that advantageous. I guess actually it's a little bit dangerous if they've got it in hand, because they could steal Ulamog. I don't like the sound of that. I think it's still okay to keep playing towards that. I guess it's fairly likely that if we cast Ulamog, we can keep my opponent off 5 lands, though, too. So they have Primeval Titan and Zealous Conscripts in hand, and it looks like they're just struggling for lands over there. I think their deck... I don't know. I say their deck looks pretty good, though. Possibly play Zealous Conscripts and just Nihiri to try and find lands. Just to play something. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit nice, because now we don't have to worry about them taking Ulamog from us and milling us. And there's nothing on our side they can get rid of, so they're just getting a free loot out of the effect. Oh, interesting. They're even letting her go up to 8. That's true, too. This is only creatures? Artifact or creature card. So in that case, I guess we could put, like, Inferno Titan onto the battlefield. But we actually have 2 of our best creatures already. But yeah, now the goal is just to find land for Ulamog. Opponent says, myself equals genius. Maybe because they're worried about going up to 8. I mean, that is bad against us, but it doesn't actually... It's not going to be as painful as you think it will, opponent. So we could just drop Inferno Titan. That's actually maybe better. And then we're still close to Ulamog in the future, and then they've got that to deal with. Yeah, that's probably even correct, right? I guess it returns to the beginning of the editor hand, though. We can still replay it. We could also just draw a discard and hope to hit Ulamog, and if we hit with Ulamog, the game is just over. But we do have to hit. Kind of interesting here. This is protection from black and green. I do like Inferno Titan. I like Ulamog better, though. Alright, I think we're just gonna grab Inferno Titan. blow up the Zealous Conscripts. That'll keep my opponent from going off with Sword of Feast and Famine, probably. Blow that guy up. Play Serum Visions. I guess we found Marsh Flats off the top, so we're going to go and just find something off of that. So I guess it doesn't really matter, but we don't want either of these anyway. It's Marsh Flats, sack Marsh Flats, grab irrigated farmland, and then swing for a not unreasonable amount. Hit for 3, and then we're going to Fire Breathe a bunch. Since Duplicate naturally can't get rid of the sword, which is all we really care about. Do we want to trade well, I guess it's too late now. I'm actually not sure we want to trade life there. Ulamog is going to be more brutal anyway, but... And then Inferno Titan comes back to our hand. And then next turn we've got the Ulamog. Primeval Titan is obviously great. My opponent will not have any problems with land from here on out, but they will have a problem with a massive Eldrazi Demon Beast thing. And even if they can somehow take care of that, we still have Inferno Titan and Duplicant on the way as well. Treetop Village is sweet. Okay. So there's no reason not to play land, right? Not that it really matters. Hey, we got to cast Ulamog though, that's pretty sweet. And we're going to exile the sword, and we're going to exile... I guess Primeval Titan, I don't think anything else is better. And then next turn, we've got my opponent dead if we can attack. So I think that's probably it, but we'll see. I mean, they could definitely still have... like Lignify. There are some answers to this in this spot. Okay. Nope. Can't beat that. Don't like that sword. That sword is worrisome. We don't have really anything that answers it though, so... I guess maybe Lightning Helix just to really try and keep my opponent from getting threats, but problem is a lot of my opponent's threats are big enough Lightning Helix, it's gonna miss anyway. And it's kind of hard for us to cast as opposed to something like Burst Light or Arc Trail. Yeah, I think we're just gonna run it back again. Alright, see if we can't mize another victory. It's funny, my opponent doing the myself equals genius, like, obviously it was bad for my opponent, but it wasn't as bad as it would be in a lot of instances. We're gonna go ahead and keep our opponent's mulligan down to 6 here. Sounds pretty good. We've got a lot of interaction for early on, and then we've got lands working our way up to bribery. So assuming there's something great to plot in my opponent's deck, they haven't just drawn everything. We're pretty happy. I guess we play Island into Sulphur Falls here. Teferi wasn't a fantastic draw. This card's really not real impressive to me a lot of the time. It does win counter wars, I guess. Like, against some decks, resolving Teferi is brutal, but I feel like a lot of times it's 3-4 flash for 5, which is not real fantastic when it comes to cube. A Treetop Village, still no play just yet. Treetop Village is only toss 2, turns into a 3-3. Ooh, I like Serum Visions as much as the next fellow. Sleight of Hand and Inferno Titan, and actually we're kind of missing on lands. We're gonna put the Inferno Titan on the bottom, definitely. Do we want to draw Sleight of Hand? I think we probably do. I guess Hedron Archive means we're kind of close to Titan. But still, I think we just want to make sure we find our lands. So we went bottom top, play Sulphur Falls, and now we've got Lightning Bolt up. For any important things my opponent might be up to. The dream here is that they play and then like animate the Treetop Village and attack. Not that greedy. Let's Sleight of Hand here. Well, I guess we're glad we stuck stuff on the bottom. Do we want Oblivion Ring more? I guess. We actually can't cast it real easily, but we're a long ways off Ulamog, too. Heh. Well. Hopefully we find some lands. Okay, anything reasonable here we'll kill. If it's something big, we can't. Okay. Unmaster will die. Do we kill the wolf? I don't think we care that much about the wolf. Okay, land was great. Play our Hedron Archive. And now we're doing okay on lands. We'll take 2 here, and then next turn we can cast Bribery, and hopefully grab something stupid. And after that we still have Teferi and some more interaction as well, so life's looking okay. Opponent's had a pretty slow draw off the mulligan, for which I am thankful. And looks like good stuff still in the deck. I have to imagine Primeval Titan's still in there. I don't think he'd ever cut that, unless it's in his hand, which is, I guess, not impossible. Blue, blue, red. 2. If it's Primeval Titan, we can bring in a bunch of lands. If it's something better, it's something better. Okay, no counter magic. It's nice. Looks like... Oh, no, there's Primeval Titan. I was gonna say, it looks like it's actually already in their hand. Body double, don't care. Guess we should take a picture, right? I mean, pretty sure we're taking Primeval Titan, right? That's the most powerful thing they've got going. Primeval Titan is good. Yeah, let's grab some lands. And we'll never go hungry again. These all enter tapped. This irrigated farmland's kind of a no-brainer. And I guess we want swamp. We could get marsh flats and then sack for swamp. Is that better? To pull more lands out of the deck? Probably. The only instance where this is worse is if we literally draw swamp next turn. In which case it would be worse, but I think we might kill that in response. Do we actually care that much? We have Oblivion Ring now, we have Mind Control. Yeah, I think this is actually going to be about as good a target as Lightning Bolt's going to get. Now, even if they have an answer to the Primeval Titan, which is a little bit tough when it's resolved against this color combination. But even if they do, like, we've got a pretty loaded hand now, and we've got cards to cast. Yoshimi is good. Alright, so let's crack our Marsh Flats. Oh, I guess we did have another Plains, anyway. And do we want to Mind Control anything? Play Chandra and swing for a fair amount. Right now we have 2, 3, 4, we have 8 mana. So we could like Oblivion Ring plus Teferi. We could Mind Control Rashimi or Rashmi. Man, I'm never gonna say that right. Maybe we just take Rashmi. I guess that doesn't have another real great follow-up, but might be better than Chandra. I guess we could also play Chandra and just blow up the board. Might be cleaner. Yeah, maybe I don't hate that. Oh, like that. And do 3 to everything. Swing, get some more lands out of the deck. With Top Retreat, and I guess Island. I think we're pretty well in hand here. This is always discard all cards, right? And draw 1 extra. We're a little bit low on time. We've definitely taken our time. Ooh, Kiki Jiki. Doesn't do... I guess it kills Chandra. Okay. Fair enough. We'll die to Arc Trail next turn. And we'll cast Teferi, I guess. So 2 damage there, 1 damage there. I guess we should maybe sack Hedron Archive too. Although I'd rather play. No, we can't actually do both, right? 5. Yeah, so let's sacrifice the archive. Okay. Yeah, 2 more lands is not ideal. I guess we should have swung with Primeval Titan first. Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake. Because we could have thinned the deck a lot more. Okay, let's pass. I don't think it's going to matter in this case, but obviously that was incorrect. You can always chump block with the Treetop Village. Oh, not going to do that though. Ooh, Consecrated Sphinx is good. Don't think it's going to matter though, because we're just going to steal it and go for lethal, I think. But they do get to draw 2. Oh, huh? We'll Ulamog here. That's the real dream, right? Using Primeval Titan, my opponent's Primeval Titan, to cast Ulamog. With Flash. Ooh, so good. Guess. I don't think Force of Will's in it, but that would maybe wreck us. I guess we're casting it anyway. That should be it. Alright, cool. So 2-0. It's been a little bit messy. I mean, we went 2-1 both games, but are picking up the important 2 out of 3. So happy with that. See you for our 3rd and final match. Alright, we're back for match 3. I think we got a fine hand here. Don't have anything early until Palladium Mirror, but if this survives, then we have an early Inferno Titan. We have Collective Defiance to kill something. Let's go ahead and keep. Our opponent's mulligan down to 6. And then keeps beyond that, and puts a Tarn on top. Uh-oh. Okay, Elvish Mystic is potentially dangerous. Okay, Ulamog, not my favorite draw there. Start off with the Irrigated Farmland because it comes in tapped. We'll probably follow it up with 2 mountains here. Collective Defiance. Yeah, my opponent's ramping hard here. And chooses red. Ooh, yeah. This is going to be tough, I think. Okay, let's Sleight of Hand. Nihiri, I guess, is probably better than Oblivion Ring. Is she? Probably. If we get to land an Inferno Titan, I guess turn 4, that's going to be great. So what are we playing in the meantime? Nothing, neither of these, right? So I guess the game plan is Palladium Mirror into Inferno Titan. If that fails, we want Nihiri the next turn, probably. Okay. And let's play Mountain, and pass, and hope that terrible, terrible things don't happen to us this next turn, because that's definitely not impossible. My opponent just got the turn 3 Primeval Titan here. It would be bad for our health. If they didn't mulligan down to 6, it's possible they don't have a great threat. They may have just kept a hand with some good lands and a bunch of ramp, and we're like, well, if I draw anything, it's okay. Bloodbraid. Okay, Bloodbraid is pretty good. Into Tireless Tracker, it's not great for us. Inferno Titan, assuming it lands, still will be pretty good. We're only taking 5 here. My opponent's down to 1 card in hand, so it's likely they don't have a great follow-up. But there's still a lot of ways we lose as well. Okay, Palladium Mirror. With any luck, that means Inferno Titan next turn. It can come in, kill off the Tireless Tracker and one of the Mana Elves, and maybe take over the game from there. That is, presuming my opponent can't kill the mirror in any way and doesn't have like a great, huge threat here. Uh-oh. We're tapping mana awfully aggressively. Oh, I'm scared. Don't do this to me. Okay, Wickerbow Elder. Oh yeah, it destroys. Oh man, it destroys artifacts. Oh, the tragedy. Oh man, we're in trouble. Okay, so we take 6 here. We'll play Nihiri. Pull up something. Oh man, we were so close to it being great. Ouch. Okay, yeah, play Nihiri. I guess it is better in Oblivion Ring for whatever that's worth. And we're just going to blow up the Tireless Tracker. And then my opponent still has lethal, right? Yeah, alright. Game is done. Darn. That was a fast start for my opponent for sure. We're going to bring in all of our firepower, all of our cheap interaction that we could find. Earthquake seems good. Lightning Helix seems good. And nothing else seems astounding. Ulamog, probably a little bit slow. Nicol Bolas, maybe a little bit slow. Although, it is kind of nice that it goes over the top. Maybe Teferi. This card's just been so unimpressive to me. Alright. Let's run this back. That was a pretty good Mold of 6 for my opponent. They ran over us pretty quickly. Like play first. Yeah, this is okay, not great, but I think we'll keep. Having Burst Lightning and Lightning Bolt in hands is pretty important. If we find lands, the hand gets pretty good pretty fast. I like having 2 interactive spells. And while 2 lands is on the low side of what I'm happy keeping, it's still 2. Land. Nice. Let's pass. The intention of just vaporizing anything, pretty much. Okay, Lotus Cobra definitely counts as a vaporized target. Okay, not a land, but not terrible. Yeah, really would like to just keep finding lands pretty much all the way up to 6. Awakening Zone. Interesting. That's actually something that Lightning Bolt's not terribly effective against, but that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're sitting here. We did keep a 2-land hand. This is something we can't be too unhappy if it happens. They may run away with this still. Mono green, when you actually can get all the pieces from mono green, I think is probably the best archetype in Modern Cube. A lot of time you don't get there, but it is awfully good when you do. Ooh, I did not mean to F6. I wanted a Lightning Bolt. I guess it's not going to matter in this case. Although, yeah. Would you rather Imprisoned in the Moon and keep up Lightning Bolt? No, I think we'd rather Lightning Bolt and have Imprisoned in the Moon for a scary creature threat. Yes, we do want to redirect. And we're still passing. Earthquake. I mean, if we draw a land next turn, my opponent plays like a couple Mana Elves or something. Earthquake could be really good. Bloodbraid Elf. Into Duskwatch Recruiter. Yeah, I kind of like playing Earthquake. Probably will do it. Even if we can't kill off the beast, although killing the beast obviously would be fantastic. So come on, land. Same thing we've been saying all game. Come on, land. Land, 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 land. Yes. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and Earthquake here. And wipe the board. Opponent can Duskwatch Recruiter in response. Yeah, but that's okay. I think they get some good value here for sure. Hopefully we'll draw another land. Next turn we can play Keranos, and maybe take over from there, though. Radical Mystic. Okay, not a bad one. Wait, how do we know about Atali? Huh? Oh, is this reveals all of them? No. How do we know about these cards? Oh, Bloodbraid Elf. And then you put them on the bottom. That's right. Okay. Okay, so I wouldn't say we're in a commanding position, but that is, we're looking a lot better than we were a turn ago. If we find another land, we drop Keranos. If we find another land, we drop Inferno Titan. Then we're starting to look pretty competitive. Wickerbout Elder. Good. Something we'll probably actually have to... Oh man, so close. Are we imprisoning in the moon at this point? Probably. Lands probably matter less than the 3/3 creature does. Don't love this play. There's only so much we can do about it, too. So they've got 3 unknown cards in hand and a Rattleclaw Mystic. We're only taking 1, like, outright damage. If we find an island as opposed to any other land, we'll probably play Bribery. Okay, Cultivate, it being their only, like, their best thing they can do here, is definitely good for us. Still feel like we're, like, balanced on the the precipice of doom, though. morph? I actually don't even know what the morphs are in this set. Could be Den Protector, maybe? Should not be great for us. Treetop Village, okay. That is damage. No need to swing at the spawn. Okay, well. I guess there's no downside either. Man, Palladium Mirrors. Not what we wanted. We've really gotten punished for keeping that 2-land hand, for sure. It looks so good. Like, we had a lot of good interaction. My opponent's just done more with it. That Earthquake was pretty clutch. I think we would have lost very, very quickly without it, but odds are looking slimmer and slimmer here, too. Okay. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. We knew about the Radclaw Mystic. Fair enough. Uh-oh. Is this just going to be like Ulamog or something? Trader of Behemoth. Well, the dream is dead. Oh, well. GG, GG. Well, it was a pretty short last game, last match, and we got pretty thoroughly, like, run over. I do think that the mono green deck, when it comes together, is pretty fantastic, and my opponent looks like they had a pretty good draft, too. And I don't think there were other people that were really fighting them for the deck. But, yeah, we folded pretty quick there. I think the deck was sweet, though. Keranos definitely pulled his weight. I guess we only ever cast Nicol Bolas once, and it just shot our opponent, but I mean, 7 mana, deal 7, that's not the worst. And Ulamog was cool, too. Yeah, I think, especially considering how all over the place we were in Pack 1, the deck came together fairly well. Our mana wasn't fantastic, but it actually didn't bite us too much, which is good, too. Yeah, I think overall, can't complain. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. As always, I really appreciate all your support. It's great to be able to post videos and have a great community of people that are willing to comment and, you know, like, give feedback for me. I think I've improved a lot as a player since I've been recording on YouTube, and hopefully I provide a little bit of entertainment along the way. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.